to get up in the morning, but it's nicer to stay in bed. Tom?
Hmm?
You've got your breakfast in bed this morning?
Oh, Dad, you didn't have to do that.
Oh, well, I thought you might be feeling a bit low.
No, for goodness sake. No, it's not as if Madeline and I were. I mean, if she wants to go off with someone else, that's fine by me. Love 'em and leave 'em, that's my motto.
Yeah, that's the spirit. But she left you.
It's all right, Dad. There's no need to rub it in.
Have your breakfast.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. Look, I'll come and have it in the kitchen.
Okay.
Nice thought, then.
Tom?
Hmm?
Tom, I'll tell you one thing. The French. You can't trust them. They don't like us, you know. I mean, they think all English girls are a pushover. Yeah, not Madeline, of course. No. I mean, I can't think what she sees in that fellow, Jean. I never liked him from the moment I heard him say, hello.
You thought he was having an affair with Mum?
Good Lord, no. No, of course not, no. No, it was just that people might have thought that she was consorting with him. After all, she's 15 years older than he is.
Well, it's Madeline he's consorting with now.
Yes, and she's 15 years younger than he is. They're an immoral lot, the French, Tom.
Do you know what that cretin of an au pair has gone and done?
Oh, she hasn't got herself pregnant, has she?
No. Well, not during breakfast, anyway. Lucy tipped her baby porridge all over the floor. And do you know what that au pair did?
Left it, I suppose.
Oh, no, she cleaned it up.
Well, then, Charles, what are you wittering on about?
She hoovered it up. I couldn't believe it. She used the vacuum cleaner.
Well, I'll talk to her later. Where is she now?
Finishing off her breakfast, raw herring and sour cream. Honestly, it makes me want to throw up.
Well, tell her to leave the hoover out in case you do. Good Lord. Aunt Harriet's coming all the way from Edinburgh for the christening. Oh, damn, I didn't think for a moment she'd come.
How many does that make? This christening is going to cost a fortune.
Oh, darling, if that's your attitude, you better start saving for her wedding.
Only joking.
Well, where's Madeline? You haven't got her down.
Well, I'm sure Toby won't want his secretary there.
She's also Tom's girlfriend. As we've asked him to be godfather, the least we can do is to invite his girlfriend.
Oh, brilliant, Charles. With his ex-wife there as godmother? That should make for a wonderful atmosphere.
Oh, Lord, I hadn't thought of that.
Well, there you go. It's a good thing I did.
I've already invited her.
Poison ivy, Charles. Well, you'll just have to uninvite her. You'll have to speak to Tom this morning. I don't want anything to spoil Lucy's day.
Cheer up, Tom.
Hmm? No, I'm all right. I was just wondering what to give Lucy Cartwright as a christening present.
Oh. Well, why not give her some premium bonds?
It's like giving money. It's a bit squalid.
It isn't if you win. I know. Give her some port.
She's 6 months old. It'll probably kill her.
No, buy her a good vintage port and lay it down until she's 21. It's a very good investment, a case of port.
A case? I'd be hard-pressed to afford a bottle.
Oh, come on. You're not that hard up, are you?
Madeline had a good idea. She suggested the Peter Rabbit books, you know, the complete set. That's what she was given, and she's still got them. It's a nice thing to pass on to your children when she gets married. Mind you, they'll probably all speak French. Well, I'd better be off and cure the sick.
Tom? I know that my staying here hasn't helped your relationship with Madeline, but I hope you don't blame me for the breakup.
No, of course not. No.
After all, she was my secretary before she was your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, I was never too happy about your going out with a member of my staff.
Well, if you hadn't constantly been living here over the last 4 months, you'd never bloody well known about it, would you? Morning, Tom. Hi, Martin. How are you?
Oh, don't ask. Jeremy and I had the most terrible row this morning. Yeah, I hope you didn't hear us.
No.
We went to this party last night. I was talking to this rather handsome boy. And now, of course, he thinks there's something between us.
Oh, dear.
He's so possessive. Yeah, I think it's because he's the older one. Do you have the same trouble with Toby?
What? No, quite honestly, Martin.
Tom? Tom?
Yes?
Tom, I'm so sorry about everything.
I love you very much, you know. Oh, darling, you've got problems of your own. I'll leave you to it.
This azalea's not doing awfully well, is it, Matty? I think it's dying.
I'm not surprised. Whoever put it there must have been an idiot.
Morning, Tom. Nice weekend.
Splendid.
It wasn't you, was it, Mrs. Latimer?
No, it was my ex-husband. Gardening's not your forte, is it, darling? Oh, excuse me. Hello? Harvey! Hello! Yes, I'm standing in the drive talking to my gardener. Isn't it marvellous? It's going to revolutionize my life. What? Oh. Hang on, Harvey. I'll take it inside.
Ah, morning, Jeremy. And how are you?
Come see, come ça, I suppose.
Oh, yes. Yes, me too. And, Martin, how is he?
Don't talk to me about that, bitch.
Overdrawn. Morning, Madeline.
Oh, hello, Dr. Latimer.
What are you doing here? Where's Madeline, my secretary?
I'll be with you in a moment. Well, Sir Neville, the earliest Dr. Latimer could see you is the day after tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Well, I'm very sorry, Sir Neville. Dr. Latimer's an extremely busy man, as you would expect with one of England's leading dermatologists. Fine. That's 11 o'clock on Wednesday. Goodbye, Sir Neville. Oh, don't forget to give my love to David. That was Sir Neville Cairncross. I went out with his son once. Awful wimp.
Oh.
Right. I'm Felicity Spicer-Gibbs, friend of Madeline's. I've come to help you out until you get a new secretary.
Oh, how do you do? Where is Madeline?
Gone.
Gone. Gone.
It's all in this letter. She asked me to give it to you. Oh, Colonel de Winter's here. Shall I show him in, or would you like a few minutes?
I'll give you a buzz.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Sir Neville's in a bit of a panic. He's just got back from the Middle East and he's got a rash down below. Probably a bit of sand in his undies.
Dear Dr. Latimer, I really don't know where to start this letter. Quite honestly, after all that has happened with Jean and Tom and everything, I felt it was best for all concerned to make a clean break. Besides, Jean had to return to France and wanted me to go with him. Meeting Jean is the most wonderful thing that has ever happened to me. I have never felt happier. I know Tom feels that if circumstances had been different, we would still be together, but it just isn't true. If he thinks you are to blame in any way, then he's deluding himself. I'm sorry if I sound callous, but that's the truth, and it's only fair you should know. I do hope we can all be friends in the future. Love, Madeline. P.S. Sir Neville Cairncross will be telephoning you on Monday. He's rather worried about a rash he's picked up in the Middle East.
No, I haven't spoken to Tom about Madeline yet, because I haven't seen him. He'd already left on his rounds when I came in. No, I haven't spoken to the photographer. Hold on, Susan, the other phone's going. Yes! Oh, yeah, put him on. Hold on a sec, Susan. Hello, Toby, how are you? No, he isn't. Yes? I'll tell him, fine. But, Toby, I hope we're going to see you on Sunday at the christening. Good. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Bye. And that was Toby, darling. He's definitely coming on Sunday. Yes, I will talk to the photographer. I'm sure he hasn't forgotten. Because I have been very busy. I've only just finished surgery. Yes, I will talk to Tom. Look, for God's sake, darling, it's only a bloody christening. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan. I didn't mean that. Susan! Oh. Damn, the whole blasted thing is over. Oh, hi, Tom. Nice weekend? Okay. I was wondering if I could have, a word with you about Sunday. You all right?
Madeline and I have split up. She's met someone else.
Oh, does that mean she won't be coming to the christening?
No.
No! Oh, what a shame.
At the moment, Charles, Lucy's christening is not uppermost in my mind.
No, of course not. I was just thinking about the eats. I want to let Susan know how many to cater for.
Yeah, I must say your, comforting bedside manner leaves something to be desired.
I'm sorry. Look, do we know who the third party is? Who is it?
Oh, yes. It's Jean. You know, that French guy my mother met on holiday?
What?
Yep, it's au revoir, Tom, and bonjour, Jean.
Me? There we all were, wondering if he was having a ding-dong with your mother. All the time he was dipping his plume in Madeline's direction.
Well, he was not having a ding-dong with my mother. They're just good friends. They still are.
Well, does she know about this latest turn of events?
Know about it? She's delighted. She thinks they make a lovely couple. She didn't realize how keen I was on Madeline. Mind you, it's not surprising. Neither did Madeline. She told me she loved me like a brother.
Oh, your father rang to invite you to lunch. I said you'd call him back.
Why not? As long as it's not a French restaurant.
So do I, by the way.
What?
Love you like a brother. It's the Piccolo Italia off Wigmore Street.
Oh, it's very nice. Madeline and I go there. Well, we used to go there. Look, Charles, could you ring Dad and say I'm on my way? I don't want to talk to Madeline. Tell her I'll see him in the restaurant in 20 minutes.
Sure. Yeah. Tom, I'm awfully sorry about you and Madeline.
Well, there we are. We were but ships that passed in the night.
Yes.
I just wish we'd been able to drop anchor a bit more often, that's all.
Do excuse me. Yes, Madeline. Felicity. Yeah.
Dr. Cartwright's on the line. Would you like him to call back later?
No. Put him through. Do forgive me. Charles, hello.
Hello, Toby. I'm just ringing to let you know Tom will meet you at the restaurant. He's on his way.
Ah, good. Can you hang on a second, please, Charles? Terribly sorry. Yes, Felicity?
Mrs. Latimer's just dropped in to ask you for a little bit of advice.
Oh, wonderful.
She wonders if you could spare her a moment.
Yeah. Will you wait a moment, please, Felicity? Oh, sorry. Charles, Tom's mother's just dropped in. I'm going to persuade her to have lunch with us.
Even better. He needs a bit of cheering up.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? Well, thanks a lot, Charles. Goodbye. Awfully sorry. Felicity, will you tell Mrs. Latimer that Tom is joining me for lunch? And I insist that she comes along, too. Tell her I won't take no for an answer.
Dr. Latimer says he's meeting Tom for lunch and insists you join them, Mrs. Latimer. He says he won't take no for an answer.
Oh. That should be absolutely wonderful. I wouldn't dream of saying no.
Buongiorno, signore. Do you have a reservation?
I'm meeting Dr. Latimer. I think he's booked a table.
Ah, sì. This way, signore.
Thanks very much. Sorry I'm late, Dad.
Surprise.
Helen just dropped in to ask for some advice. So I invited her to join us.
Huh. Yes, I'm thinking of giving Lucy Cartwright a case of vintage port as a christening present. And I thought who better to advise me than Toby.
Signore? Oh, thanks.
Oh, isn't this lovely?
Honestly, aren't you the jealous one? Actually, we're only talking about gardening.
Well, you've always had a roving eye, and you know it upsets me.
And that's as far as it goes. Besides, why have hamburgers away when you can have fillet steak at home?
Well, I know you. You're rather partial to hamburgers.
I don't want to talk about it, all right? All right?
I'm sorry, Tom. It was an unfortunate misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? Huh. You reckon we've got problems? I don't think everything's too hunky-dory in that little household.
I think it's going to be tears before bedtime.
Tom, I told you. I mean, it was out of my control. I could hardly withdraw the invitation, could I?
Of course you could. God, what a terrible lunch. Only consolation is you paid.
Oh, thank you. Of course, she chose lobster, the most expensive thing on the menu.
Oh, she doesn't skimp when it comes to other people's money, my ex-wife. Do you know she's now got a telephone in her car?
Oh, yes. She drove me to the restaurant. She insisted on telephoning them to let them know we were coming. By the time they answered, we'd parked outside the place.
Marvellous, isn't it? There she is in a huge house. She's got a telephone in the car, and she can afford to buy cases of vintage port. And I'm broke.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I'm afraid I opened your bank statement by mistake this morning. Sorry, thought it was mine. Tom? You're nearly 4,000 in the red.
What do you expect? I pay Helen $2,500 a year.
What? But she got the house. Why on earth are you giving her money as well?
Well, it's a very expensive house to maintain.
Oh, Tom, you're mad.
But I know, but that's what I agreed to when we got divorced. Believe me, I would have agreed to anything to get out of that marriage.
Well, I think you ought to take it back to court.
Dad, first of all, I can't afford it, and she knows that. Secondly, I can't be bothered. Thirdly, she's got that shyster, Harvey F. Kramer, as her solicitor, which means if I do go back to court, I'll probably end up paying more than I do now. And fourthly, I've got indigestion.
Yes, Madam, Felicity?
Mrs. Helen Latimer is here to see you.
Ah, good. Show her in.
Mrs. Latimer.
Toby, darling. Mwah. What a treat. Twice in 2 days.
Very good of you to come, Helen. Now, I'll get straight to the point. I consider it grossly unjust that Tom should be paying you £2,500 a year You have no children. It is a very unfair settlement.
Tom agreed to it. He signed a document, if I remember. If he's unhappy with the situation, why doesn't he go to court?
Because he can't afford to. But I'm thinking of lending him the money. However, Helen, there is an alternative. I will make you a proposition. Rather than go back to court and line the lawyers' pockets, particularly Mr. Kramer's, I will give you a once-and-for-all settlement, a lump sum. In return, you will sign this letter foregoing any further financial demands on Tom.
How much?
£4,000.
10,000.
5.
8.
6.
Done.
However, Helen, there is one condition. Tom must know nothing about this.
Of course not. To be honest, Toby, I never liked the idea of being a burden to Tom for the rest of my life. I think this is a splendid compromise.
Good. All you need say is that you feel you can manage without further maintenance payments.
I'll mention it to him at the christening on Sunday.
Good. Thank you.
Right. I'll pop this straight into the bank, and then I'm going to spend some more of your money.
What do you mean, Helen?
On your wife. I'm going to help Angela choose an outfit for the christening. Something very chic. And very expensive. See you on Sunday. Ciao.
Lovely. Now just hold the baby up a fraction. That's nice. Very good. Now just one more. Lovely. Super. Right. Now can we have the grandparents, please? Both sets of grandparents, if you please.
Mummy, Daddy, come and have your photograph taken.
Oh, darling, call your parents over. They're wandering about amongst the gravestones.
Mummy, Daddy, come and have your photograph taken with Lucy.
Oh, darling, we must get the photographer to do one with Harriet. We'll never hear the end of it.
Nice to see you.
Bye. Perhaps you'd give me some lessons on lunch.
Dad? Yeah? Does Mum look gorgeous? It's a smashing new outfit she's wearing.
She's a very beautiful woman, isn't she?
God, I hope you two get it together again soon.
So do I. Who's that piggy-faced man over there?
That is Harvey Kramer.
Oh, is it? I can't think why Helen wanted to bring him along. He's an appalling man.
Well, they're friends, aren't they? I would have bought Madeline if... That was quite a letter she wrote, wasn't it? You put it in the same envelope as the bank statement.
Oh. Sorry. I wonder what I've done with it.
Lovely. One more smile. Lovely. The godparents, please. Can I have godparents now, if you please?
Tom!
Come on, Tom.
Look, I better go and have my photograph taken.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Tom, has Helen said anything to you today?
No. Actually, she's been really rather nice.
Lucy, go to Auntie Helen.
Oh,
good.
Helen, you look gorgeous.
Thank you. Tom, have a picture taken.
Now, could you hold the baby the other way round, Mrs.
Latimer.
Thank you, Mrs. Latimer. Now, if you could just move in a little to your left, Mr.
Dr. Latimer.
Oh, you're married. That's nice. Lovely. Now, if you could just hold the baby's head up a fraction, Mrs. Latimer. Lovely. Just one more.
I wonder what difference it would have made to us, Tom, if we'd had a baby.
It would have cost me even more money.
Lovely. Lovely. Keep it like that. Lovely. Thank you, Dr. and Mrs. Latimer. For the final photo, can we have Auntie Harriet, please? Auntie Harriet with me, please.
Thank you. Oh,
Tom.
Yes.
Darling, could you start asking people to make their way back to the house? There's plenty of cars for those without transport.
Right, no
Thank
problem.
you.
Okay.
Dad,
Dad, could you start telling people to make their way back to Charles and Susan's? Okay, you take Mum and 2 others.
Right.
Right.
I'll say goodbye now. Harvey and I are rushing off to London Airport. We're flying to Antigua this evening. Just for 10 days. A little break. Actually, it's our honeymoon. We got married yesterday afternoon.
Come along, darling. We must hurry.
Just coming, sweetheart. Ciao.
Dad, she's got married. Do you realize what that means? I won't have to pay any more alimony. Isn't that wonderful? You know, only last week, she suggested I should pay her a lump sum as a sort of final settlement. £4,000 she wanted. She must think I'm a complete idiot.
Egos.
This...
Oh, it's nice to get up in the morning, but it's nicer to stay in bed. Tom?
Hmm?
You've got your breakfast in bed this morning?
Oh, Dad, you didn't have to do that.
Oh, well, I thought you might be feeling a bit low.
No, for goodness sake. No, it's not as if Madeline and I were. I mean, if she wants to go off with someone else, that's fine by me. Love 'em and leave 'em, that's my motto.
Yeah, that's the spirit. But she left you.
It's all right, Dad. There's no need to rub it in.
Have your breakfast.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. Look, I'll come and have it in the kitchen.
Okay.
Nice thought, though.
Tom?
Hmm?
Tom, I'll tell you one thing. The French. You can't trust them. They don't like us, you know. I mean, they think all English girls are a pushover. You're not married, of course. No. I mean, I can't think what she sees in that fellow, Jean. I never liked him from the moment I heard him say, hello.
Of course you did. You thought he was having an affair with Mum.
Good Lord, no. No, of course not, no. No, it was just that people might have thought that she was consorting with him. After all, she's 15 years older than he is.
Well, it's Madeline he's consorting with now.
Yes, and she's 15 years younger than he is. They're an immoral lot, the French, Tom.